morning, guys. Welcome to Coffee Chat. Oh, is that ever delicious? But it was not my first sip. Actually, I was in there talking to Judy this morning, of course, about the market and where it all is and stuff like that. But I'll tell you what, guys, it is always a pleasure to come out here on Monday morning and share this first cup of coffee with you right there. Now, having said that, guys, Judy and I, like I said, we're sitting in there, we're watching the market just like you are. And of course, right now, we're seeing a lot of pressure on these assets, and not just these assets, but market wide. And this is something, guys, that I want to point out. A lot of catalysts that we're expecting haven't even happened yet. So we haven't even seen the XRP ETFs come out yet. We haven't seen, of course, the Ripple banking license from the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency come out yet. Of course, we haven't seen, the ISO 222 messaging standard, which goes live on November 25th. There are a lot of catalysts in play, but is the sentiment so negative right now? And that's where these guys are playing the psychology of the market on you and I. And a lot of people are getting really jittery. And the reason, of course, is because from a technical standpoint, we are trading in a range, right? And you can't even see whether, hey, who's at the upper hand? Is it bulls? Is it the bears? Is it this? Is it that? And of course, that affects sentiment. Now, you know that a lot of folks are going to come out, a lot of the fuzzers, they're going to just, be poking holes in XRP like they always do. But the deal is this, it's market wide. And what do you do in that environment when you're going through that? Well, guys, you went in doubt, you zoom out. And what is one of the biggest things that you got to look at, guys? We got to look at the fundamental aspects of what's going on. And that's where you get your foundation. That's where you get your security. Because I'll tell you what, guys, ask yourself this question. Are we stepping away from a new digital economy, or are we moving closer to it? Well, from what I've seen, we're by far not stepping away. We are really getting much more closer to it. And that right there is where we get our confidence, because down the road and what's coming and all the clarity pieces that are coming, remember, guys, we haven't got that yet. And what are we seeing? Well, I'm telling you what, are we ever seeing a lot of dominoes being set up, guys, for how this new digital economy is going to flow out. And I believe XRP, of course, is going to be the tip of the spear for that. And that is why we are not shaken up, nor are we shaken out. And I encourage folks to kind of look at it a different way. Look at this as an opportunity for you. At least that's how I like to look at it, because have you achieved your accumulation goals? If the answer to that question is no, would you rather be buying now, or would you rather be buying when XRP is really pumping up there? Now, I want to throw something at you, because I've been in this situation for a lot of years. And back in the day when the lawsuit was laid down on XRP, and of course what happened is the price, that was laid down on Ripple, the price of XRP dropped to 17.48 cents. Do you know, guys, just 4 months later it was $1.97? Yes, with all the negative sentiment that was going wild. The sentiment in the market was truly, you would have thought XRP was going to crash to zero, and in 4 months, it was 1,200%. Now, if we moved 1,200% from where we are now, with a lot of the catalysts that are in play, and remember back there, we were all under the canopy of that lawsuit. Nobody knew where that was going, and of course, it was delisted from every U.S. exchange. Still did 1,200% move. That is phenomenal. And with all the catalysts that have not, dominoes that haven't dropped yet, I personally believe that, we're going to see a major move in XRP. And if you saw something like you did back there, guys, you're talking about a $20 some XRP, and there's a lot of TA guys out there saying that very well could happen. So, hey, when in doubt, zoom out, and don't let yourself get shaken up or worked out or all discouraged and everything like that because you're seeing a little bit of pressure, because we've seen that before. We have watched it happen. Judy and I have been here to watch it. We've been through every kind of up, down, sideways action you can imagine. And guys, we are not shaken up right there. Now, something else I want to bring up. For a long time, I've told you that we have been in the background, and Judy and I have been working on something big, big, big in this space. And I mean for months and months and months. And guys, we are just right ready to launch this thing. And we even had conversations with DWP and a lot of our good friends over there and all this kind of stuff. And we are right ready to launch this thing. And guys, we have set up what we're calling exponential group. And in exponential group, we have an exponential mastermind that we are actually going live with. And inside of this mastermind, there are opportunities for investment that we have the ability to present to you that are truly going to be amazing in this space. And if it interests you guys, I am putting a link right down in here where you can join Exponential Mastermind. And inside there, the content that we are going to provide is going to be directly related to this space and things that are coming up, new innovation and all that's going on. And you can actually click down there and join in there. And there is a nominal fee of $15 to join this group. But the information that is going to be in this is going to be truly amazing. And there are folks, in fact, my own son, Caleb, is going to be actually in there answering questions. We've got another individual in there, a business partner of ours. They're going to be in there. And guys, I'm going to be popping in there at least once a week, going over stuff myself. And there are opportunities that we can present to you inside there that we can't even discuss here on YouTube, but we can present it to you in there that will really be something that could actually be able to give you those, insights of what's coming and where things are going. And there's a lot of this, and we've been at work on this for, like I said, many, many months. And so we're going to put that out there now. If you ever took my coaching, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to be sending you out a newsletter probably within the next week here. And we are going to provide you with an opportunity to get this information out there, provide you with a discount code. If you've ever taken my coaching, it's going to be in there and you're going to be able to do this. Guys, this space is going to represent probably the greatest wealth transfer and life change that we have ever seen in the history of probably, I would say, the last 100 years for sure. I mean, we're talking about a financial transition that is going to make the fortunes of so many. I 100% genuinely believe that. And that is why we have really been invested in this space for a long, long time. And we are not letting ourselves get all shaken up, all worked up, all freaked out because of, the pressure that these things go under. Because, sentiment can change on a dime, can't it? And they prey on that sentiment change. And not only do they prey on it, guys, they go out and they influence it. That is the whole deal. You've got to be able to identify the psychology of this market, and you've got to be able to see, okay, where could I be down the road here? What is my strategic plan? Why is that so important to me? What do I actually want to achieve from all that I'm doing with the investment that I'm in? That is a major deal. And those are the things that really seasoned investors are constantly asking themselves. They are actually setting up strategic investment plans. They are not just winging it. And you can't, if you really want to see the success that a lot of people have talked about and experienced, what Judy and I experienced, then you got to get strategic, guys. You really, really do. Don't let yourself get literally eaten alive by a marketplace that will consume your hope and literally walk all over your dreams. And another thing, guys, don't give up on your dreams just because someone else gave up on theirs. That's right there. I would say that for sure. Absolutely. How many people have been in certain situations where they had opportunity to see such tremendous change and literally got spooked out and scared out because of all the fear, the uncertainty and doubt, and terrified of taking a risk? They have literally almost educated the risk out of people, if you ask me. When you go into all these educational systems, nope, they want you to be worker bees and, this, that, and maybe worker bees at different levels, to be sure, but worker bees nonetheless. Do you want to spend your life doing that, making somebody else a fortune, or would you want to try to get out there and educate yourself in a way in which you could actually see that fortune? Well, that's kind of how I look at it. And wealth, I'm going to tell you what, the scripture says, hey, the blessing of the Lord makes a man rich, adds no sorrow to it. And what do you do with it? That's another big deal. Guys, there's one thing about accumulating wealth. There is something else about how to preserve that wealth. And this is the information that we want to be able to actually share and guide and give and all that kind of stuff. And we can do it inside, these kind of, structures like the mastermind. And by the way, like my coaching, by the way, I think I have only two, available spots open for next week there for my coaching. Where you can actually, you and I can meet that one-on-one for that 1 hour over Zoom. And we absolutely, the whole goal of that is to balance your portfolio towards the achievement of your goals, talking about how to identify the psychology of this market, how to employ some very real world, boots on the ground techniques that you can employ that actually can make a big time difference. So guys, if that interests you, you visit me at thedigitaloutlook.com. And like I said, in the description of this video, I am putting that link to that mastermind so that you can actually go in and join up on there, and heaps of stuff that is going to be available to you in there. And live people, like I said, my son and Caleb and another individual that we got in there, Richard, and I'm going to be popping in there, at least once a week and stuff like that. Guys, a lot of stuff is happening. And this is where you want to be at the very tip top of knowing what that information is and all the opportunities it presents. So I'll tell you what, guys, until later on today, when we have another fantastic video for you, guys, have a fabulous one and take care.